What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's really windy out here. It's that time of year. We're gonna make a holiday gift guide video for you guys, but this is gonna be a different holiday gift guide. This is stuff that I use all the time with my Jeep, going out camping, going out exploring, going out off-roading, things that I really like, that I wanna share with you guys that you might wanna pick up for your favorite off-roader for the holiday season, or maybe Santa Claus needs some ideas to throw under your tree and you might find them in this video. So I put together a bit of a list and we're gonna do a bit of a walk around with some of the gear that I use in my Jeep for you guys to get some ideas for this holiday season. The first item I'm gonna show you guys is a reoccurring Christmas gift guide idea. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way from our last camping trip. This is my favorite thing. This is my folding camp table, and I have featured this in previous videos, and it has continued to be a star in these videos and one of my favorite items. Look how small this is. It's super compact, it's super cheap. I have beat the crap out of this thing over the last few years. Instantly folds out to be a small table, and it's got different legs on it so that you can have a nice little side. We're missing a leg, oh boy. It quickly opens up and I bring this out, put it next to my camp chair next to the fire. It's a nice little side table while I'm cooking. Well, I might have to ask for another one of these for Christmas because I've only got 3 of the legs, and you can add extensions onto it, woo, just like this, and make it taller. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, it was hanging. Look at it, it was perfectly sitting after all that flipping around. Huh. I guess we can take this off my Christmas list. Next couple items I'm gonna have to show you in the Jeep because I'm not removing them just to make this video. First one, this. I don't know what you call it, the hammock, the gear locker, or whatever. I get so many questions about this. This is just a super cheap, basic Amazon thing. It's a bit of netting, you can adjust it a little bit. The clips on it suck, so I zip tie them together, but the way that I've got it set up on the sport cage, you can push it back so it's behind the seat when not in use, and you can pull it forward so that you have everything tucked up a little bit better when the seats. And I use this to store hats, put my jackets up here, anything I just want to kind of get up and out of the way so it's not cluttering up all the rest of my gear. Gear hammock for your Jeep. And I've got a couple more items, actually 3 more items right now in frame that I want to show you guys. So let's start with the donkey long tongs. Oh, these things. Okay guys, I bought these because it was kind of gimmicky, but I took them out on the last trip and they're not just gimmicky, they're a lot of fun to have. So these are a product I saw when I was picking up my rooftop tent, and these are the donkey long tongs. These are, I think, 34 or 32 inches, big, huge, long tongs. Now, what are you gonna use long tongs for, guys? You can use them to make cool clacking sounds, but you can use them to steal food from Chef John while he's preparing meals and he's got a knife in his hand and you don't wanna get too close. They were also super handy for just hanging around at the campfire. You can kind of use them to lean on. The other thing that I found them really handy for was sitting around the campfire and rearranging the logs in the fire to make sure that my campfire is properly tuned for maximum heat during the cold Canadian winters, if you can believe that. They also have a bottle opener so you can open your friend's bottles from across the campfire as well. But I don't know, I think barbecuing, grabbing things, moving fires around, stealing food, definitely noteworthy to put on this year's Christmas list. Donkey long tongs. And I bet not a single person that buys these can resist doing this every time you unlock them. Let's put the donkey long tongs back in the hammock. I want to show you this light here in a second, but I'm an idiot and it was somehow left on in my Jeep, so it's charging. We'll get back to that in a minute. Shovels, guys. Let's talk about shovels. We're gonna talk a little bit about lighting. We're gonna talk about a few other things here as we go. But let me get this shovel out here. Now, I made a video a little while ago about some really expensive, high quality Overland shovel. I'm gonna say Overland shovels because no other shovel on this planet would cost that much money. From a company called DMOS. They're really good shovels. They're a little bit expensive. But I also have this one from that company. And I'll put a link to everything in this video down in the description below. I can't even remember what this is called, but it is the smaller, way cheaper shovel from DMOS. And this is all aluminum, so it's not gonna rust when you beat it up. However, it is aluminum, so you can beat it up. I haven't really had a chance to use this too much, but I always have a shovel with me when I'm out camping and off-roading. It can help you if you're getting stuck. It can help you put your fire out, which everybody should be putting their fire out so it's super buried or saturated in water. It's good in the snow. Just all around handy to have a shovel. Now this one also has a bottle opener carved into the side of it, but what's nice is you can break it down really easily by just pushing those two buttons in, and now it's a lot easier to store, I don't know, what is this, a 3-foot shovel? And then put it back together again like that when you need to use it. So I was actually keeping this mounted on the back of my Jeep, but when I got the hardtop, my mounts were hitting the glass and I almost shattered the glass windows. So since this is breakdownable, if that is even a word, I can easily stow it in the back of my Jeep. Real quick, while that other lantern is still charging, I'm gonna take this moment to plug my merch brand, Dirty and Dangerous, that you can find at dirtyanddangerous.com. I have awesome hoodies, hats, beanies for the cold winter, which we call toques up here in Canada. I don't know what you guys down in the United States are doing calling them beanies, but they keep your head warm and they're called a toque. We have stickers and key tags, all kinds of stuff from our adventures, like We Like Rocks t-shirts from the Rubicon Trail. Know that video, go watch it, went up a couple weeks ago. But if you want to really help support me and the channel making these videos, go check out dirtyanddangerous.com and pick something up for yourself for Christmas, for you. Do it for you, not for somebody else, not gift ideas. Grab yourself some merch, dirtyanddangerous.com. All right, now that I've started to unpack my Jeep, I found more cool stuff to show you guys. These are cool. These are USB LED lights. If you want to get that super overlandy glamping thing going on when you get to camp, you can just plug them into any USB port and they turn on. And somehow they have survived me in the back of my Jeep over several adventures, and they're kind of handy, especially if you're spending more than one night and you want to spend a little bit of time making your place fancy. And you know, you can abuse them a little bit. This was the other thing I want to talk about. These make for great gift ideas, and you don't have to buy this specific company, this brand. These are like dried food. I'm gonna call them dry food because that's what I think they're called. And you gotta store it in a dry, cool place. These ones are made from a company called Happy Yak. I bought them because they're Canadian. I'm Canadian, I support Canadians. There are other brands out there. These are okay, but the reason why I'm suggesting these, and I think they're a good idea for anybody who's into camping, off-roading, or whatever, they're really easy to make. There's a lot of them out there, a lot of other companies. I haven't tried, but these ones are pretty good. You can try these ones, you can try some other ones. All you really need to do with a lot of these is boil some water and fire it into the pouch for the express cooking. Why do I recommend having these? Well, A, they have a really long expiration date, so you can keep a couple of these in your Jeep, and B, if something happens and you're stuck out way longer than you planned, maybe you got some screaming kids with you that are getting hungry, or maybe your Jeep broke down and you're stuck overnight, but Jeeps don't break down, so scratch that one off the list. Keep some food in your Jeep, but definitely I recommend putting some of these in your Jeep. Get the ones that have really long expiration dates, but high ratings so they don't taste like garbage. When you're annoyed that you got stuck because you're not driving a Jeep and you're getting hungry, you gotta deal with the hangries. You don't want these expired. Check these out. Check, I don't know, Happy Yak or 8 million other ones. Good gift idea. Freeze-dried food. And I keep a few of them in here. That one was Mandarin beef. That one was spaghetti. There we go. Hey, all right, let's take this out of the Jeep. It's got enough juice to work. This here, no, it's not a little thing to power Iron Man's heart. It's actually a light made by a company called Flextail, which has a unique, cool little thing here on the top, which I'll show you in a second. When you can't have a fire, this actually is kind of handy. You just kind of put down and watch it because it's soft orange, and you'd be surprised how cool it is to have a light that isn't blasting white light in your face when you want to just hang out with your friends and you don't have one of those fancy overpriced portable heater things that run on propane. You can put something like this out, and I'll show you a cool little feature one sec. I gotta get some water. But hang on, let me show you the rest of this. See, it does do white light, it does do orange light, and it does do, surprising, no light. Look at that. We filled the top with water. I don't know what else you could put in here or why you'd put it in here, but once we fill the top with water, we put our lid back on, read the actual instructions on the lid, how to line it up, lock it into place, flip this little thing here. Nope, you don't want it in the off position, you want it in the on position. You'll see it turns on a light on the top, and then we get this like steaming effect. It's like a fake fire, but it's water. And you can use it when you're not allowed to have fires, or if you can't afford one of those really expensive Overland fire things. I don't know if that makes it any better, but I'm gonna pretend it does. But it's kind of neat, a little bit of ambiance, not too expensive, made from a company called Flextail. And I used this on the Rubicon trip, and everybody else agreed with my opinion that it was cool. Okay guys, back to the essential things category. This is good for off-roaders, not just Jeepers, Toyota owners too. Definitely Ford owners, because if your Bronco breaks down and it's cold, you'll want something like this. I've been telling everybody about this. This is a military style wool blanket that I keep in my Jeep all the time. This is always in my Jeep. Actually, I need to get another one to go in my other Jeep, because then it wouldn't always be in my Jeep if I moved it between Jeeps. This is just a huge military wool blanket. It's quite dense, quite heavy. It's not super thick. You can see how thin it is. I got this one on Amazon. It's made by somebody called Arcturus Woolen Goods. I don't know if they're good, I don't know if they're bad, but it's 100% wool, and that is important because wool is warm, and wool is warm when it's wet and damp. And if something happens and your sleeping gear gets really wet and it's cold, you don't want to freeze. So I keep one of these in my Jeep all the time. It definitely takes up less space if you properly fold it, but I'm not expecting you guys to do that because I don't do it either. I use this sometimes when I'm waiting for the ferry because I don't want to sit there idling for an hour and it's cold in the winter. This helps keep me warm in my Jeep. That may or may not apply to you guys, but I know there's a lot of you guys watching from Vancouver Island. But this is a great emergency piece of kit. I think this was about, I want to say 80 bucks, but I'll put a link down to it in the description below. And I keep a wool blanket in my Jeep all the time as well. It's also nice, so you can pull it out around the campfire. If it's damp, humid, misty, really chilling you to the bone, this will stay warm. If it gets a little damp, fire it back in your Jeep, dry it out. It's good for the next time you want to use it. There you go, military style wool blanket. Haven't seen that on any other Overland channel gear guides for the year. Only here, because of stuff we use. Let me show you some junk here in the back of my trunk. No, you don't need to buy a ladder for your rooftop tent. Hopefully the rooftop tent you bought comes with one, but for the purpose of this video, we're gonna move this out of the way so I can show you, well, oh, you wanna know what these are? These are called Stratchets. They're from a company named Front Runner. They're kind of cool. They are partially static strap, partially stretchy strap, so you kind of tighten them down, hook them in, and you get a bit of flex to pull them in and out, so you're not having to always adjust them. You can get these at my friend's company, Ryan's company, Modular Racks, right here. But this is actually the next thing I kind of want to show you, because get my ladder out of the way. But how cool is this ladder? This is the new ladder for my rooftop tent. It's got these big feet thing on it. Total tangent. Let's unhook some more of these. There we go. No adjustments needed. We can just unhook that. I believe these are called the Wolfpack Pros. But this is where I store all my stuff in, and you can get these at Modular Racks as well. They're super handy. And oh, what's this? Oh, this is the case that comes with the light that I just showed you. But I need to get this other thing out of here. Oh yeah, I've got an axe in here. Definitely like good idea for Christmas guide stuff for people camping. Nice hatchets, nice axes. I'll put a couple, well, I bang stuff around. I'll put a couple links to the hatchet and axes that I use. I use two different ones, depending on which Jeep I'm taking, because I keep them in there all the time. This one's made by Fisker. I also have some made by Gerber Gear, which are kind of cool because they have these little storage slots in the bottom to store like paracord and a lighter and all that crap. But these are Wolfpack, I believe these are the Pro models with these extra thick, beefy hinges, so you can slap them. You don't have to worry about bending them. Really kind of handy. They don't lock together if you want to stack them, but they're really durable. They do sit well on each other, so I take a couple of these out, put them on the ground. Let me just show you. Why am I telling you? All right, let's do the fancy shot with the camera on the item we're moving. Look at that. But you can stack these up. They are dust proof, waterproof. I think they might be, I don't know, maybe bear proof. I wouldn't test them. They stack nicely so they don't fall over. You can sit on them, use them as a chair if you forget your chair. Sean, I'm looking at you for forgetting your chair, and Malcolm for forgetting a chair. If you get enough of them, you can use them as a table next to your flip down table on your tailgate. Nice little surface to put my other things on, like my food tote sits on there. So usually when I get to camp, I'll show you this in a second. This is also from Flextail. Move my shovel out of the way. I think this is not empty. This really needs to go back with my stove so I don't forget it again like I did when I went to Utah. But you know, I'll get to camp, pull them out, boom. There you go. Now you got a little table to put your stuff on. Oh, I was gonna show you this. I totally forgot about this. Hang on, put this in my pocket for later. You guys asked me a lot about my coffee setup at camp. This is a Nespresso machine, and you need a minimum amount of power to run that, which is actually gonna be something else I throw in this gift guide that's a little expensive. No, not the coffee maker, the power system. Hang on, I'll show you that. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, I was showing you how cool these stack. All right, they're cool. They stack, you can sit on them, you can put stuff on them. Not much more to talk about. And let's talk about this. Now, I wanted to shoot most of the video outside, but it's super windy out today. But that makes everything sound like garbage, so here we are, shooting inside. Looks like for the duration of this video, we are gonna have the ambiance of steam behind us, care of Flextail. And this is the other thing I wanted to show you from Flextail, and this is not a lightsaber, but it kind of looks like one. This is their, what do they call this? Tiny Repel. Not always good with names, I just know what it does, and then it works. This is a mosquito repeller. Mosquito repeller, I don't know if that's the right term, but it keeps the mosquitoes away from you. Flextail came out with this year. I checked it out, it works. I'm telling you guys about it. And instead of those really, really expensive liquid-filled cartridges that another company has, which I've tried, they work really well as well. Just can't remember the name of them. These have these little, they look like giant SD cards that go in the side that you can use in this. And then you just turn it on. There we go. It's on, it's heating up. And this will repel unwanted flying creatures at camp. And these do work. It just depends on how much wind that there is. The more wind, the smaller the radius. These guys say you can have this near you when you're cooking, where the other one that people use, you cannot. This one also has a light on it, and it is much more durable. This is very solid. It feels well built. It doesn't feel like if I dropped it off my Jeep onto a rock, it would completely destroy itself. But it's kind of cool because you can hang it up and use it as a lantern, and as well, it will keep the bugs away. It also has a magnet on the bottom. That's not magnetic. Oh, that's magnetic over here. It has a 1/4-20, which is like a standard threaded thing for tripods and camera gear, so you can mount it to your GoPro mount. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you could. You can hang it, which is nice. All things I buy now have USB-C. This is a USB-C port on for charging. If it's going in my Jeep, it needs to have USB-C. And you can buy these packs of cartridges, fire them in here. There you go. Tiny Repel from Flextail. Link in the description. As always the description, guys. If you want to know anything, it's gonna be there. Oh, I know what I was gonna tell you about. I wasn't sure if I was gonna include this in the video because it wasn't like Jeepy or off-roady, but it's actually kind of cool because it protects your Jeep or off-roady things, and that is camera security systems. I recently installed a whole bunch of Rlink cameras, and I really just want to mention these because they're affordable. They come in different flavors, whether you need Wi-Fi or wired, like this one's wired. This one has a motion activated security light on it, as well as infrared night light. But what's really cool about this is actually 2 cameras. Here's what mine look like on my display. And there's the one of us shooting this video right here. Just, it's glary because my lights are bad. But it's 2 4K cameras spliced together to give you this full 180-degree view in one camera. Here's the driveway. There you go. You can see my driveway from the road to my Jeeps. Kind of a cool gift idea, because they're not super expensive, and it's nice to have something that you can pull up and look at your investments. But really, I just like to be able to pull up my cameras on my phone and look at my Jeeps anytime I want. I'm gonna blast through a couple quick things here that I wanna show you. I'll show you the back of the Jeep here in just a second. Just a couple creature comforts up front for your driver. This is a, right here, quad lock phone system attached to my 67 Designs arms mounts. Boom. I can lock my phone on there, it doesn't come off. And check this out. It's a wireless charger. So as soon as I put it on there, it is charging my phone, and you can get the mount to adapt it to your 67's Designs mount. This is actually for my GoPro, for my camera, unhooked from my tripod. And you can watch us click that in, and that's how we do hands-free driving shots. That's only cool if you guys want to make videos. The other item is up here, and this is the gear keeper. Let me see if I can show you the label on it, and that is the stringy thing that you guys see me using sometimes on my radio, and it just pulls it back up to there. I have somehow just wedged it between the hardtop and my roll bar, but it seems to work pretty good, and it doesn't hit me in the face. Everything's out of the way, but what I really like about having it right here is when I'm out of the vehicle and I hear somebody yelling for me to come help them, I can use it from outside the vehicle or through the window. Well, you know, if the window is down, obviously. Get my phone, just like that. Super easy to grab my phone because we gotta go get those shots for Instagram, and I don't have to worry about pulling a cable out, and I don't have to worry about it falling off because it's magnet. It just twist locks on and it never falls off. Move this out of the way, move these out of the way. I heard there's some Jeep boots coming out that have Jeep things on them, and these are getting old. Maybe somebody's gonna give me some Jeep boots for Christmas. Santa Claus, that would be cool. I want to mention this is the star of my overlanding and camping glamping setup, and this is my Ecoflow Delta 2 Max. You guys have seen this in a lot of videos. I really like Ecoflow products, but also Ecoflow is a super cool company that helps me make adventure videos by sponsoring them, which is super handy, and I really appreciate that because that means we can make more videos for you guys, and who doesn't want to see more off-road videos? However, this is super functional. I've grown to really enjoy having a ton of power and a huge inverter in my Jeep. It does everything from powering my fridge to running power up to my tent to running my heater in my tent. I run a heater, where'd it go? Oh, it's in my tent. I can't show it to you, it's in my tent because there's enough room to store it in my tent. When I get to camp, all my gear is up here. I just run an extension cord up here, and I can run my heated sleeping pad in my sleeping bag. I can run the lights in my tent. I can run the heater, the 110, the AC heater. I can literally run that thing for 8 hours while I sleep in my tent. And if you have a nice tent that has dual walls or thick walls like the alley cab here, you don't need a lot of heat to keep it warm. And you can crank it up in the morning before you get up, so you're not getting dressed in the freezing cold. I really find having a portable power system an absolute essential. This one has 2,000 watt-hours of power. All the USB ports on the front of this are charging all my junk, from GoPro batteries to extension cords that run outside the Jeep to keeping my Ecoflow Glacier topped up, which has its own battery, which is nice. So if anything happens to this, or the connection gets disconnected for some reason, the battery in the Ecoflow will keep it running, and I keep the door down because that way, when I get in my Jeep, I can do a quick glance and see, is this charging? Is this full? Is there any problem going on with that? But Ecoflow also has a super cool app that you can use on your phone. It's nice to know at a quick glance that you've got battery in your fridge, because you don't want your, what's going on? You don't want your food going bad if you notice your fridge was off. Ecoflow Delta 2 Max, and Ecoflow loves to put stuff on sale, guys, and Black Friday is coming up, so keep an eye out. It's gonna be on sale, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna give me a coupon to hook you guys up, so if they do, it's gonna be down in the description. Check it out, there'll be a link. Yes, I know I have a bit of a Ecoflow warehouse going on over here, but there's the River 2 Pro, that's super handy. This is the Delta 2 with expansion battery that powers my internet and security cameras in case we have a power outage. So there's Ecoflow products at different price points, but I think just about everybody I talk to these days has a portable power station in their off-road camping rig. If you're going camping, really enjoy having a nice power system. Two more things to show you guys. One's off-roady and one's just cool. Oh yeah, And we already mentioned dirtyanddangerous.com, but I'm gonna mention it again. Grab yourself a Christmas present for you. Do it, dirtyanddangerous.com. Awesome hoodies like this one. And oh, I haven't even shown you guys. Look at, this is the hat I made and released. Check this out. Dirty and Dangerous. Snapback for all you guys with small or giant heads. A little bit more flexible, a little bit more easy to get the right hat the first time. They're really nice, embroidered. And they will arrive in a few days because that's how the world works these days. You can get your stuff super quick online. One of these things that I want to show you of the last two items is currently in the Demonator. I'm going to take this opportunity. Oh yeah. Can't open up the Demonator without firing it up because it sounds awesome. But now you probably can't hear me. All right, this is called, as I read the label, I know what these are called. These are trailhead deflators. You can get these at my good friends, Epic Adventure Outfitters. And what is a trailhead deflator, guys? Look at this. Put you guys down next to the ambiance while I explain it to you. There we go, we got some ambiance while we do this. All right, trailhead deflators. Okay, I can't say it. Move. Leather pouch, NASA grade Velcro. And these are not dog whistles. These are deflators that you can screw on to your valve stems of your Jeep to deflate your tires. You can adjust these to different air pressures. These ones I think are set to about 13 PSI. They include a nice branded tire gauge on there. And they include a made in India sticker and a Allen key, which is how you adjust these. Let me show you how these work. If you don't have wheels like I do on the Wrangler, these are Airflex Nomads with their automatic air down valve, and you're stuck in the Stone Age with Schrader valves on your Jeep, you can use these trailhead deflators to air down and go do something else while you're airing down. You're not standing there with one of those stupid tools that pulls the pin out of your valve, and you know, sometimes it gets lost. And it's cold and rainy. I hate airing down, guys. I really hate airing down. So this is the solution if you want to pick wheels that don't have these on them. And this works simply by putting it on the right way. You just screw them onto your valves, and I'm not left-handed, so this is making it even more difficult. And I'm upside down. There you go. And as soon as you do it, it presses the pin in, starts letting air out. I don't want to air down because I don't want to air up. And it'll air down to whatever PSI you set. You just use the little Allen key to adjust the, I guess it's probably some spring-loaded valve in here, so that it stops at the right PSI. There you go, trailhead deflators. And we've also got these from Gerber Gear. This is a titanium cutlery set, because we're trying to save weight on the Jeep, obviously. But really cool, it's got this little piece that flips out. It's got, I guess, a can opener, probably a bottle opener on here. But you've got a spoon, a fork, spoon, and I guess you can cook with this. It's kind of a spatula. I've used it to stir fries around, but super compact. That way I don't have to eat with my hands when I'm out, because I always forget to have cutlery. And it's all in one, and it goes back together super quick and easy, and it's just a nice little package, and you can kind of fire it in whatever area you're storing your cooking and cutlery stuff. This is from Gerber Gear. I forget what they call it, but you'll find a link down in the description to the spoon fork thing. That's what we'll call it, spoon fork thing. Dig out the last thing that I was gonna show you. And this has been my favorite Overland toy since I got it, and that is my Gerber Gear knife. So this is not just any knife, this is a custom knife. So this is, I believe, called the Strong Arm knife. Look at this, made in Portland, Oregon in the United States, because I know all of my American viewers really like stuff made in the United States. You can put all kinds of cool designs on here. You can put your logo on it. You can do the entire shank with something custom if you want. You can do the backside with something custom, and you can do it with more than just this awesome strong arm knife. But I really like the strong arm knife because it has an extremely nice sheath that it goes in, and you can attach it to stuff, and it's quick to pull out one-handed when you need to cut up something like firewood or steak, because those are cool, manly outdoor things. that you can cut with your knife. But you can get these custom designed with a whole bunch of their knives. You can just go on their website and upload all kinds of stuff as long as it's not copyright. And they will produce it for you and send it to you in a little bit. And I've actually got another custom knife, not one of these, coming for a Christmas present that I'm gonna give to someone. So it's a good idea for you guys if you're looking for something unique and you wanna get them a cool knife that you can put something cool on there. Yeah, that's all I could think of, cool, because why wouldn't it be cool putting something on your knife? Good way to make an awesome present like a knife even cooler with customization. Okay guys, I am out of coffee, which means I am done with this video. Remember, there are links to everything down in the description below. Some of that stuff is affiliate links, which helps support this channel by paying me a small commission. I appreciate it a ton. Otherwise, there are links to stuff because I want you to just get it for Christmas because it's cool and it doesn't help me out in any other way other than knowing you guys are gonna get cool stuff for Christmas. If you're thinking about getting me something for Christmas or the holidays, guys, all I want is for you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Over 70% of you guys watching the videos aren't subscribed, and if I see that number come down, that would be the best holiday present for me. I would appreciate it a ton. Leave any questions down in the comments below, and remember guys, I upload videos every week and we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. So do your best to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. I'm out. I'll see you in the next video.